everybody, it's Hannah and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be testing out everything that I got in my two mystery boxes from Poshmark and from Etsy. I have everything all together over here and I figured I'd put some of these weird kind of products to the test since some of them are ones that we have not tried out before on the channel, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be a fun idea to kind of follow up my other unboxing videos with a testing video. So I already have on a little bit of primer. I just put on the Touch in Sol Glassy Skin Balm. I only have like a very little amount of this left, so I'm just working on using that up. So I did apply that, and then I think I'm also going to pop on a little bit of this clear Stila gloss. I have like a little lip balm on, but I just wanted something a little bit more nourishing while I do the rest of my makeup. I don't think I have any complexion products. I do have a highlighter, but I think that's it for complexion. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my base. I think for today, I'm actually just going to put on a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury and call it a day. Maybe I'll do a little bit of concealer, but not going to go super crazy. I just want a nice light base to kind of go on under all of this crazy makeup that we're going to be testing out today. You know what? I think I'm just going to take a little bit of the Glassy Skin Perfecting Tint in the shade G11. I'm literally just going to sprinkle on a little bit of this on my skin just to add a tiny dot of coverage. Alright, so got a little bit of skin tint going on. I don't think I need any concealer today. My skin has been breaking out a little bit, but nothing too crazy, and I think it's finally kind of leveling out back to normal. So I do have two complexion products. I am just going to do my cream bronzer really quick. I'm just going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills cream bronzer in the shade Amber. Okay, so now for our blush and for our highlight. For the blush, I have the Pure Minerals Cream Blush, and this is in the shade Flirt, which is a pretty bright pink sort of color. Not typically a shade that I go for normally, but we will go ahead and give it a try. I'm just going to take it on my finger and just pat this on. This is how I just normally apply cream blush. And I actually really like how the formula of this feels. It's just the color isn't really like my ideal kind of color, but I do have to say it blends in really nicely. It doesn't pick up any of my complexion product that I have underneath. And I'm going to take a little bit on my nose as well. Then for my highlight, I have this from KVD. This is the Metal Crush Liquid Highlighter, and this is in the shade Rose Shock. I remember this seemed a little crazy. So it's kind of like a bright, sort of glittery pink. I will do a little swatch here on the back of my hand just so you can see. But you can see it's like a extremely metallic pink color, but I'm going to take a tiny dot of that just here on my finger and tap this on my cheekbone. So it's very glittery. It's pretty. It's just definitely straight like pink kind of shimmer. So not really something that I typically go for, but it could be fun for a more sort of like editorial look. Okay, so honestly, that was the thing that I was like almost most worried about, so I'm really happy that that went over pretty smoothly. Now I'm just going to go in with my Pat McGrath under eye setting powder, and then I'm just going to set my under eyes and all over my face, and we will get into the next product. Okay, so my face is all set, and definitely, even though I technically put powder over it, you can still see some of the glitter coming through. It's not as metallic looking, it's almost just sort of like glittery, so not my favorite highlighter formula, but it's definitely not like awful and not terrible. And again, it could be fun for doing like a super like monochromatic really pink look. Definitely could be interesting. So what I'm going to do is just go into this little Nars Duo. This is the Laguna Bronzer and the Orgasm Blush. I'm just going to use both of these just sort of over top everything just to bring it all together. I'm not going to go crazy just because the cream products actually did a pretty good job of bringing a little bit of color back to my face. And normally I don't use the Orgasm blush, but I feel like over this pink cream blush and then the pink highlight, they actually go pretty well together. And yeah, even after putting highlight on, you could still see the glitter, so it's definitely not going anywhere. And wow, the pink's actually pretty cute. Normally I do not go for colors like this at all. I'll typically go for like much more of a terracotta type of color, like this Pat McGrath blush here. Like you can see the difference. These ones I normally go for, but I'm actually really liking the pink, so pretty good thing that has come out of this video is finding out that I don't mind pink blush and I can be a little bit more open to it. And then just really quickly taking my Benefit Micro Filling Brow Pen and gently filling my brows Right, just very quick, nothing super crazy. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of clear brow gel. I actually have this e.l.f. brow gel and mascara, but it's actually a really good formula. Like, this brow gel, I've been using it every single day since I got it. It's just a really nice, like, not crunchy, but you can definitely feel it holding your hairs in place. And like, let's say you wanted to do like that more sort of like laminated look, you definitely could, because it really holds your brow hairs like up and in place. So definitely a really good option, and it's super cheap too. I think it's maybe like $2 or $3. Now for eyeshadow, we actually have a couple of different options here, but I think what I'm going to do is just a combination of these two. I have this Ace Beauté palette, but this is unopened and I've already actually had this before and ended up decluttering it. So I'm just going to keep this for like a future giveaway, or maybe to give to one of my friends. So I am going to keep that onto the side, but I do have this It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette, and then this Jules Smith Beauty Eyeshadow Duo. So I'm going to use some of the mattes in here and put over some of the shimmers. So what I think I'm going to do is go into the shade Intrigue right over here. It's this sort of dark brown, and I think I'm just going to put that in my outer corner and just start blending. Ooh, that's actually much more pigmented than I thought it would be. It's pretty nice actually. And I'm going to blend that all over my eyelid as well, and then drag whatever is left just sort of onto this lower lash line. Yeah, I mean, that blended out very nicely, so I'm just going to do the same thing onto the other side. And then with a little bit of a smaller brush, I'm going to take this shade Transforming Hello Light, which is this bigger one over here that has a little bit of a satin finish to it, and I'm going to pop that as my sort of inner corner brightening and just bring that up a little bit just to keep everything nice and bright on the inner part. And then I'm going to take this Jules Smith Beauty Duo in the shade Wise Guy and Goldmine, and I'm just going to take the sort of taupey lighter shade over here on like a flat shader brush, and I'm going to put that all over my lid, mostly on this inner part over here, and slowly start to kind of blend it out. But this is really pretty actually. I think both of these palettes have pretty good formulas. The Naturally Pretty palette definitely has a lack of shade variety. Like, you definitely couldn't use it if like you're even more than a light skin tone. I would say like medium. Even a lot of the shades are not gonna fit you at all. Even for me, like, I'm a pretty fair person, and I feel like a lot of these shades are very redundant, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like, yeah, aside from like having this as a brightening inner corner shade, I can't really use like a lot of these, so definitely not the most diverse, but the formula is actually pretty good, very blendable. I found it really easy to use. And this little duo over here, I really like that shade. I think I might even take this, mix in like maybe a little bit of the darker one, and use that to kind of blend that into the rest of my eye look, just to make it really nice and cohesive. I think what I'm actually going to do next, since I don't have any mascara, I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes and apply a little mascara, and I'll be right back. Alright, so mascara is on. I just went ahead and used the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes mascara, so I just used that, just applied it, waiting for it to dry a little bit more. But in the meantime, we can go ahead and do a little bit of tight lining and some eyeliner in this outer corner. So another item that I received was from Araceli. This is the Ojos Perfectos Gel Pencil Liner in the shade Navy. So this is what the pencil looks like, and it is just a pretty dark eyeliner. It definitely is navy, but it is a very dark navy. So I actually like that because I think that it'll go really nicely, not be too heavy in this outer corner. So I have a little bit of like kind of extra space, I guess, like on this part on the outer edge of my eye. So I just like to kind of fill in that outer corner and tightline with a gel liner sometimes. And I have a different one, like one that's a more brown type of color, but that one does have shimmer in it. So I was looking for something a little bit more opaque, and I feel like something like this is pretty good. I did get a little bit on the outer edge, so I think what I'm going to do is just draw out like a little wing, and then I'm going to smoke it out with a brush. So I just did a little tiny wing over there, a little baby angled brush like this. And I'm just going to continue to kind of spread that out and blend it into the rest of my lash line. So that I think that actually worked pretty well. I kind of like the navy. It's a little bit different. Normally I would go with a brown for a liner, but the navy is kind of cute. Yeah, I actually like that. The formula is really nice. It's a really nice pencil, like it's super creamy, so it's able to blend out easily, but then once it's set down, it's like really set down. So the formula on the pencil is actually pretty great, and I was really easily able to just kind of blend that into the rest of my lash line. And I think that that's a pretty cute eye look. I think that all we have left is this perfume, which I sprayed in the video, so I'm not gonna spray it again today. It's not my favorite scent, so I think I may give it to my mom, but I did get this. This is the Just Box Feather Supreme perfume, so I had that, and then I also had this little Huara coconut hand and nail balm, which is another thing that is still sealed, so I think I'm just going to also give that to my mom just because I don't think I'm really going to use it that much. But last two things we have left, or three things actually, are all lip products. So this one is the Ciate Glitter Flip in the shade Trouble, and I don't think I would wear this again, so I don't want to put it on my lips. I did swatch it in my last video, but I didn't actually like put it on my lips, so I feel comfortable giving this to somebody else. But for me, I think I'm just going to stick with these two. So first one I have here is the Kylie Jenner matte lipstick in the shade August. I do think I'm just going to apply a little bit of liner. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless liner in the shade Pillow Talk 2 Medium, just because this one I think is a little bit of a lighter shade, so I kind of want to have a bit of a deeper lip line. Okay, so I did just color in a little bit on the lower lip, but pretty much just did the lining with it. And now I'm going to apply a bit of this lipstick. This is what the shade looks like. Do a little swatch back here. It's a pale nude, but it's not incredibly pale. So it's definitely lighter than what I normally go for. If you watch my videos, you know I tend to go for something that is actually darker than my regular lips. But even though it's a matte formula, I feel like it's not making my lips look very dry or crusty, which I actually like. And for being a more pale shade, I feel like it's pretty flattering on my skin tone. Normally, again, like I like to go pretty dark. Like I'll typically do something like my Clinique Black Honey, which compared to the two, this one is a little bit more sheer, but I really like to do something much darker than my natural lips. But this is actually pretty good. I feel like I'm not hating it. And then I'm just gonna go over top of it with some of these Stila Lip Gloss. This is just a clear lip gloss from them. It's just in the shade Transparency, and I feel like it just brings everything together. And yeah, I mean, this is the final look. Definitely not bad. Like I was thinking I'm gonna have to take this off because I wanted to film another video or two today, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do my makeup for a third time today because I had work earlier, so I did my makeup earlier today, but I had to take that off to do this video and then whatever. But I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take my makeup off for the second time and put on a full face for the third time today. But I think the face actually ends up looking really nice. The only thing I'm just not in love with is this highlighter. I feel like you really can't tell, but it's just kind of like sparkles, like glitter on my face, but definitely from afar and on video it does not look bad at all. So overall, these items were actually pretty good. I feel like my opinion on some of the items I got in the mystery boxes has changed. I think I do like them a little bit more. I do wish I had gotten some more sort of like name brand products, like a lot of them, like Jules & Smith, this random eyeliner, this like clearly an old Pure Minerals or Pure Cosmetics blush. Glitter Flip is like a little bit old, so I just feel like I was expecting different items, but they definitely still perform pretty well. The only thing that I was like physically unable to use was this Buxom eyeliner in Sultry Black. This is supposed to be like some sort of powder liner, but mine was all dried out and I wasn't able to use it. So that was the only thing that I could not actually use from everything. But yeah, I think that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.